welcome to our explanation video for day 4. So it's about a funny math game. Do you like this kind of game? Are you stuck by them? Don't worry. So for this kind of problem, it always requires you have the ability to be creative thinker, okay? You need to think out of the box. And don't worry, sometimes if you met the new type problems, you can just observe first and then trial and error. Okay, let's take a look one by one. So for the first one, Amelia built a crown using 10 copies of this piece. A pentagon, right? The parts were joined together so that the sides in contact had the same number as shown in the picture. So as you can see, 1, 1, because they are contact. Yeah, they are next to each other, so they are the same number. And it already shows us 4 parts are visible. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pentagons. And what's the number that appears in the colored triangle? Okay, so remember I said observe first. So let's observe a little bit. We already know 4 pentagons. And which direction we should choose if we want to let our numbers be written down into that color part. You can go with right direction or left. Both are correct, but let's analyze a little bit. So here you can see if we start with right, there are 1, 2, 3 pentagons. You need to fill them. And if we start with left, there are only 1, 2 pentagons. So maybe left is better because it's faster. Okay, let's go with it. So if we start with the left, so we all start with the left. So we're gonna find the pattern from the left. So now we already make sure is about the contact parts is the same number 2. And what about the other numbers? So after observation, you maybe think it's rotate. For example, it's rotate like this. So 3 rotates to here and just like rotate a little bit. But for me, if I need to think how many times it's rotated and how I should write down the numbers, it's a little harder. So maybe you can directly find about the number next to each other. So for example, let me show you. We know there's 2, right? And what about the 2 number next to 2? 1 and 3. So we can see they are just be across. So here and here. Then the number next to 1 is 2 and then is 5. So just the 5 gonna be here. Then 4. And then 4 is the same thing. And let's see if our pattern can make sense. Yeah, 5 and 3 make a cross. Yeah, that makes sense. It seems we find the pattern. So we continue. Do you know which number I should write down here? 3. Yes. What about this place? Yeah, make a cross. You're gonna find it 2 and 4. So we still left 2 fields or like 2 triangles. Do you know the number? Think about this. Yeah, in this standard pentagon, so 2 next to 2 is 1 and 3, right? We already have 3 here, so this one is gonna be 1 and 5 and 5 again and 4 and 1. Remember, make a cross. And next to 4, it's gonna be 5, so it should be 3. So 3 here, then 2, and 2 is here. Then make a cross, easy one, so it's gonna be 1. So our answer, option A. Okay, see how we observe. And so first we need to know where we start with. Okay, maybe also for the next one, you need to know where you start with. So which number must be written into the circle with the question mark so that the calculation is correct. So because it's a circle, if we put number into it, it's a circle, so it's gonna make sense. So where we should start with, we have so many blanks. So is there an operation that after it, you can have a fixed result? Have you found it? Yeah, it's gonna be here. Okay, let me come back. It's the zero part. This zero part. So any number times zero, the result zero again. So no matter which number in this blank, it's always zero for here. So you just need to, according to the calculation, find it. So 6 times 4, 24. 24 minus 15, 9. So option B. Okay, the next one, the last one. So Lee should write the numbers 1 to 7. 7 numbers in the fields of the given figure. So in this figure, there are also 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 fields. There is only one number allowed in every field. So one number for each box. So two consecutive numbers are not allowed to be in adjacent fields. So two consecutive number, what's the meaning? So let's explain about what's consecutive. So let me give you one example, 1, 2, 3. So for the 1, how many number next to 1? Only 2, right? So 1 has one consecutive number because it's at the first end, okay? At the starting point. What about 3? How many in these 3 numbers? The 3 only has one consecutive number, only 2. So what about 2? How many consecutive number 2 does 2 have? It's gonna be 2, as you can see, 1 and 3. They all next to 2. So 2 consecutive numbers. Understand? Okay, perfect. When we send next to each other, gonna be consecutive. So 2 consecutive numbers are not allowed to be in adjacent fields. Then what's the adjacent? How we define adjacent? So it tells us two fields are adjacent if they have one edge or one corner in common. So let's take a look, use this picture. So the question mark is the center place. So this one is next to it. So they have one edge in common and yeah, they are two adjacent. What about this one and this central one? Yeah, they are also two adjacent fields because they have one corner in common. Okay, so as we can find, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The central field, it has 5 fields are adjacent to it. So the question is, which numbers can she write down into the fields with the question mark? What's the central mark? So where should we start with? Which number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We have 7 numbers. So if you don't know how to do it, you can just try and error, trial and error, okay? Don't worry, don't be panicked, don't afraid make mistake, just try. So if I write it down, so let me write down all this number for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can go with 1. So if I put 1 here, and I know there are 5 adjacent places I can put 2. So I only can put 2 here. And we still have like 5 numbers. Then we can just write them down and allow these rules. So maybe 3 here, 5, and what about 7 and 6? And yeah, 4 and 6. That makes sense, right? So 1, it seems makes sense. Only 1, what about 2? Let's go with 2. So if I put 2 here, so if I put 2 here, so I give 1 a tick, means that makes sense. So if I put 2 here, so think about it. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields that I can put 1 or 3 because 1 and 3 are consecutive numbers of 2. So, but I only have 1 field that are not adjacent with this question mark field. So I should put 1 here or I should put 3 here. Maybe we can put 3 here. And you can see for 1, so this 5 left fields, I can put 1 in any of them. They all adjacent. So 2 doesn't make sense. Not okay. So can I put 3 Can I put 3 in Central Park? Yeah, you can try by yourself. Then you're gonna find that 3 also has 2 consecutive numbers, which means if I put 2 here, the 4, no place. If I put 4 here, for the 2, no place. So it seems we know it. We only can find the number that only has 1 consecutive number. So it can be 1 or it can be the other end, which is 7. So we can put 1 or 7 here. So the core of this problem is you need to find about consecutive numbers. Okay, so the answer is gonna be E, the number 1 or 7. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Just take a break and enjoy your weekend. See you next week. If you have any question, let me know at any time. See you.